Well, guys, the viewers, we're glad that your numbers are increasing, and actually the skyrocketing is soon coming our way. As you always engage Simon, Pedro, and Macho Soro, the Red Bull guy who never gives up, heads up, and he was also getting into engagement with that psycho play, as also Red Bull saying, I don't know why you guys want to play the psycho game. Is it the best way? Then the best Hamilton. Yeah.
Well, I think it's again, it's psychology at play, and Helmut Marko is a very smart man. He was just trying to, hype up the mood going into the weekend, and also the only commodity that Red Bull has going into Silverstone is confidence, because we come from Austria where our home race we fired up. This is also Aston Martin's home race. They are our title sponsors, and they have a special livery of 007 license to thrill. So I think this is all about excitement. But going back to last season, we could see that clearly Ferrari were much closer to the Mercedes. They split Hamilton and Bottas in between. But also Haas was very, very competitive. Roman Grosjean and Kevin Magnussen were way up there in P7 and P5 and P6. P6 and P7, sorry. P9 was Charles Leclerc, and then Hamilton got spun out at the first turn by Raikkonen, but he did well to go from P19 to finish P2, 2 seconds behind Vettel. So you can see that the circuit is greatly suited for racing. Last year we were a bit disappointed with Red Bull because Pierre Gasly finished P10 and Max Verstappen finished P15. He had some brake failures. But this season we expect much better performance from as far as Red Bull are concerned. We're a bit wary of McLaren. They are the most improved side so far. So in the last 3 races, and also Alfa Romeo are not far back. So the midfield battle will be quite close, and we don't want to be part of that mix. We want to be much closer to the top 3.
I love that.
I expect that to
I actually love that they mentioned Alfa Romeo, one of the rock boys, the Bruton boys, spun in the F1 practice today, and that actually gives me a look into where's the battle for the midfield? Who are the midfielder battlers?
Okay, well,
for this weekend?
Yes. Now, the midfield battlers, one, I would say the team that is coming with a lot of energy, one is Red Bull. There's a lot of pressure, especially on Pierre Gasly, and we saw he led in FP1, he led practice 1, which was a surprise outlier, I would say an exception, for him. He's under a lot of immense pressure. We have seen a lot in the news about him losing his seat because in 9 races this season, Verstappen has clearly outperformed him 9-0. And remember, your biggest challenger is actually your fellow driver because you're battling for constructor points. But now, looking at Lando Norris, excellent performance in French, excellent performance at Austria, and he has just had his contract renewed for the next year. So that's it. Yes, even Carlos says. So the team is getting in order. Andrea Selda is restructuring the team. They are more stable. They are at home. McLaren, they have a lot to prove. And Lando Norris has performed on that track before. He won in F3 and in F2. So he has a bit of history on that track. So we know that he's going to definitely has a lot to prove that day. We have George Russell, who's not in a competitive Williams car, but the British pride, British pride is there.
The British take it as their own, and they need to have the homeboy take it.
Yes. Now, someone else who has a lot to prove is Alfa Romeo. We have Antonio Giovinazzi, who got his first point for Austria. Well, Alfa Romeo has improved. They have done some surprise performances of appearing P8, P9 in the midfield. So there is a possibility of show qualification. And usually qualification really determines the racing order. And one thing you have to know about the British Grand Prix is the unpredictable weather. And also safety car incident. So there is going to be some battling in the midfield. But my man is on Lando Norris to put on a very excellent performance.
Then talking about Red Bull, I'll come now back to you. We talk about the weather, and of course I'm seeing Lewis Hamilton and team. More so Hamilton, who is a master architect when it comes to weather changes, wet weather.
The British weather is forecast for Friday. Friday there was some slight showers, but it didn't rain as much as we expected. The forecast was about 80% rain. Temperatures about 20 degrees. And then Saturday and Sunday to be dry all throughout. But we expect the British weather to misbehave as it typically does. And if it misbehaves, then we have a race in our hands.
Red Bull has silver arrows.
For definitely, what we expect is a bad weather. If we have a bad weather, it makes the gap closer between us and Mercedes. Because on dry weather they are good. I know Hamilton is a very good master of the wets, but a safety car, virtual safety car here and there can pull the gap, closer. But again, also with the British Silverstone circuit, we also expect a little bit of drama, just like it happened last season with Raikkonen hitting into Hamilton. If we get a little bit of drama, some good weather here and there, I know Hamilton is comfortable. The heat, the temperatures are 20 to 24 degrees, nothing more than that. So the Mercedes will behave. It was not
the cooling issues they had.
Cooling issues
like
won't be like it was in
Austria. So they are comfortable. I think they are comfortable, they are confident, but that doesn't take away the fact that we will take the game to them.
Then talking about now, as we make a sum up of the whole thing, away from the marathon taking and the breathtaking moment, we've seen an extension of Silverstone to 2023.
2023, yes.
2023, and of course it's a bad timing that is coming underway. Grosjean is almost losing his feel at the touch.
Yes.
What could be your take on the extension of the Silverstone? Would the advertisers of F1 seen it wise not to go in UK and keeping it at Silverstone? And what could be your take on Roman Grosjean?
Well, you know, sometimes you have to be wary of the British media that blows things out of proportion. Formula One's home is in the UK. In Britain. If 7 out of 10 teams are based in the UK, there is no way this Formula One contract was not going to be renewed. There were rumors of having a London GP, but no, it had to stay in Silverstone. Silverstone is the home of most of those racing teams. Every driver said they can't imagine a Formula One out of Silverstone. It is one of the longest serving. Actually, it and Monaco, like I mentioned, and Italy have never changed.
Those are the backbones.
Those are the backbones. Those are the cornerstone. You know, the old traditional pillars of Formula One. Yes. Now coming to Roman Grosjean, we already saw him having an accident in the pit lane in FP1.
Of all places.
You know, this is a driver who can even crash while the car is not moving. He's parked.
Oh God,
because
that's a hard statement.
No, because look, Haas has had a really, really terrible season. They had DNFs in French. I predicted Grosjean wouldn't finish. He didn't finish. In Austria, Magnussen qualified 5, but ended up in 10th position, but finished the race in 15th. Grosjean finished in 19th position. Now, you're coming to British Grand Prix. You know, this is at the point halfway the season when drivers are either being reviewed for a new contract. And now Haas is struggling. They lost their sponsor apparently during the week, which has been squashed. But that is not giving them, you know, positive PR. Now Grosjean, in practice, you're crashing. You know, you can see there is a lot of pressure. I can imagine what's going through Gunther Steiner's mind. You know, he's really, I think, not in the mood to be happy. They really need to up their game. So there is no room for error in British Grand Prix.
In the call of as we get to sign out of here, what could be? Let me tempt you. What could be the prediction? 1 or 2 or 3 for the weekend?
I'm not good at predictions, clearly. But I would go with what happened the last season. Going with what Hamilton the form is in, and that this is his home Grand Prix. I think I would give it to him. I would give him a P1. I would give Leclerc a P2, and then I'll give Bottas a P3. Though he has never done a podium in Silverstone before.
It's just a mention of 2 seconds to play. What could be your prediction?
My prediction is Hamilton P1, Leclerc P2, and then Verstappen in P3.
Oh, beautiful. Well, gentlemen, we can't take it over above this. The time has not been on our side, but of course we are glad that you keep it at Speedracer, and this is your lovely crew of the Speedracer F1 crew. And you can keep us busy. Go to our Twitter handles. We shall definitely get to respond to you. It's at FKHS, and of course
at SMG Peter.
Then Solo
at S
Rajkara. You will be so much entertained with the latest info as it happens. Don't go away. Keep it at Speedracer. Let's have a commercial break and come back with the local.